for a future development plan that does not conform to current zoning is that we have to meet the conservation land system, which there's specific rules on how much land needs to be set aside. Part of the property is in the conservation land system, and why it's this way I don't know, but the conservation land system kind of cuts through here. So this is in, this is out.
So again, we're back to the question, does a church have to...
You set some land aside. They can't, nobody can wantonly come in and concrete over everything, much the way they did 10 or 15 years ago. Okay. But I can assure you that if one church bought this entire site, less land would be buffered here than if a development plan was submitted for, say, 10-bedroom assisted living homes that were clustered right in here. So the conservation land system gives an additional layer of protection to you, the neighbors. That's one. Number two is, in order to go through a rezone process, this whole process starts again. There's an application to county staff. County staff sends out to the neighbors again. There's a public comment period. Then there's a meeting, there's a planning and zoning meeting before it gets voted on by the Board of Supervisors. So I've been arguing that you'll have more power to determine what would induce a developer to submit a plan than you do today. Did I answer? And when we read the description and said, hey, that's a great description. And then of course people came back and said, well, there's a lot of intensive uses that are completely unpalatable. And we agree they were unpalatable. So we made a mistake on what we asked for. And they came to the conclusion that yes, there should be something other than, that the comprehensive plan on this particular parcel should be changed, but it shouldn't be changed to multifunctional corridor. It should be changed to medium intensity urban. And so there wouldn't be another hearing. It would just be a recommendation from staff, professional land planners that have the degrees and have the credentials and are environmentalist biology. There's a whole group of them. They write the recommendation to planning and zoning. It goes to planning and zoning. Planning and zoning is appointed by the Board of Supervisors. There's a public comment period, so if you're for it or against it, hopefully you're for it, you'll come and say, hey, I'm for it. If you're against it, you can come and say, I'm against it. And at that point in time, then planning and zoning makes a vote. And then once they have that recommendation, it goes to the Board of Supervisors, and it's basically laid out. Staff is for it. Planning and zoning, if they were for it, then it would be a slam dunk. It would go forward. Or if they're against it, they would be in a position of staff's for it, planning and zoning's against it, and then they vote on it. Obviously, planning and zoning are paid professional planners that have the job because that's what they do. Planning and zoning, there's a political component that's involved because they're appointed by the Board of Supervisors.